I just think I have witnessed the most petty thing imaginable on the internet. Now, I already covered the scandal before, but there has been new developments that happened today, which left even me quite baffled. And I'm saying this as a person who has seen a lot of stuff, both in the business world and in the social media world. So, if you're not aware of the controversy, Elon Musk is a person that also streams video games. And he was very popular for streaming Diablo. He went on Joe Rogan. Turns out he's actually one of the best Diablo players in the world, has broken a couple of records. And so a lot of people were expecting that he would also stream Path of Exile 2, which he did. However, unlike Diablo, Path of Exile 2 is actually a very difficult game and more complex than Diablo is. And so when Elon Musk was streaming, he made some very serious mistakes, which left a lot of people baffled. And there were speculations that came out. Did Elon Musk bought his account? Was he boosted? Is he actually the player himself? Did he create an AI which botted the game? Like, all of these allegations came up, and I also made a video in which I tried to explain and play devil's advocate, went through all the possibilities, including the possibility that maybe he is very shy when streaming, maybe he is trolling. And so at this point, Asmongold comes in, and he wants to get to the bottom of it. He wants to find out, is Elon Musk actually playing the game, or did he bot, or is there another possibility? And so he issues a challenge on YouTube, and he says that if Elon Musk can prove that he's actually playing the account, then Asmongold is going to start streaming on X. Now, this in itself could be seen as an interesting marketing move, because a streamer like Asmongold streaming on Twitter may actually encourage more streamers to do the same. And this is something that Elon Musk is trying to get. Is trying to get more people to use the platform, not just for tweets, but for the other functions as well. Again, one of them being streaming. And so, I thought that Elon is just going to ignore this, that he's going to move on. It's like no big deal, right? Well, it turns out that I was wrong, because what happens afterwards is Elon Musk unfollowing Asmongold. Now, the reason this is a little bit bizarre is due to the fact that Asmongold is actually a supporter of Elon Musk. Like, he made a lot of videos where he is praising Elon Musk, he is giving him favoritive coverage. The fact that he was willing to stream on Twitter is also a show of goodwill. And so the only thing that Elon had to do was just to ignore this controversy, and it would have gone away. Like many people wouldn't say anything. He would even have the excuse, well, he is a busy man. Maybe he didn't get to see the Asmongold video. He's got a lot of followers. Maybe he just didn't get Asmongold's messages. Like, he would get the benefit of the doubt from most people had he just ignored the controversy. But by unfollowing Asmongold, he is showing that he is aware of the controversy, and that he probably cannot prove that it is his account. And so, I thought, okay, that's petty, but I'm not going to make a video about it. This is no big deal, right? Well, turns out that as I woke up this morning, I was dead wrong. So there's this video posted on Twitter right now by a person called Screamheart, American YouTuber and Twitch partner, who's a gamer and lives in South Korea. And let's see what this guy has posted, because it's very interesting.
In some strange turn of events in the weirdest timeline imaginable, a poor trailer park boy, that's me by the way, ended up playing Diablo 4 with the richest man alive, Elon Musk. As fate would have it, I made a terrible video about a terrible build, and it was an instant hit. I was a part of an elite squad who exclusively played Druid. Not just because we hated ourselves, but also because Rack showed us that if we worked hard enough, we could deal 17 damage someday. And one of those Chads was the man himself, Elon Keanu Reeves Musk. Okay, Google actually says that his middle name is Reeve, but they're both beyond reproach, so it's basically the same thing, right? Right?
You're breathtaking.
I don't know how to break this to you guys, but Elon Musk is a fucking nerd. Yes, I know it's hard to believe that a guy who builds rockets and jumps like this might be a sweaty gamer. But I'll let you listen to our conversation and decide for yourself.
It's not a super long-term career being a pro gamer. I was semi-pro back in ancient times with Play. So I actually made money I had the first paid tournament in the U.S.
Nice.
And we came second. We would have come first, except I was the second best guy on the team. Best guy on the team's computer crashed halfway through the game, so we came second in the end. But I put ridiculous amounts of time into Quake, and then my company was going bankrupt, so I had to stop playing. But I play games just to kind of like if it's a hard game, I'm forced to concentrate.
Yeah.
And then it quiets the demons in my mind, killing the demons in the game.
And so Elon Musk responds to that video attacking Asmongold, saying that Asmongold behaves like a maverick independent, but in reality has to ask his boss for permission before he can do anything. He is not his own man. It's like, what the hell does he mean by this? Like, who owns Asmongold? Who is the boss of Asmongold? And a couple of minutes later, Elon Musk posts DM's conversations raging from November 29, like showing that he was in talks with Asmongold for months now. And he is basically showing that Asmongold is saying, I'm going to see if my editors might want to make a second account for it even. To which Elon Musk goes like, sure, who are these mysterious editors? And Asmongold says, two guys, the Asmongold and Danny Rue. They basically run the entire YouTube account, LOL. So basically any content I post is edited or uploaded by them, and they just get a cut of the ad revenue. It's a super good system, to be honest. Almost everyone on YouTube does it. I fail to even understand what Elon Musk means that Asmongold has a boss. I mean, sure, you know, I do think that there are indications that maybe, you know, like there is some quality control over Asmongold streams. Like the time that he made some comments about Muslims and then immediately did a 180. Yeah, you know, like that could indicate that maybe there's a PR team or there's a guy at YouTube that contacts him and says, okay, you can't talk about this. Again, I'm not sure, but like that would be a possibility. So like if Elon Musk was to show some conversation like that, where it's, you know, someone telling Asmongold you're not allowed to talk about this topic, then the DMs would have made some sense. But that's not what we're seeing. Like what we're seeing is that Asmongold has editors. And the reality is that for a man of his stature, like this is actually normal. Almost everyone that has millions of followers has editors. Like almost all the popular VTubers do, the Quartering does, almost all the other popular Let's Players do. Hassan Piker actually got into a controversy because he's not paying his editors. And the editors, like, they don't actually dictate your content. They're not really your boss. Like, what is happening here is that a streamer who has millions of followers, believe it or not, doesn't have that much free time. Like, sure, you can set your streaming hours as you wish, but, like, after that, you gotta be consistent. A lot of people stream more than 8 hours a day, and when you're not streaming, you still have to look at the comments. You still have to interact with the fans in your DMs. You still gotta go to your Patreon and talk to the people that are funding you. Like, there's a lot of work that happens behind the scenes and has nothing to do with streaming. And so, hiring editors is a brilliant move. Especially if you give them, like, your ad revenue so he doesn't have to pay them directly. If it's a bad month where he doesn't make money, he doesn't have to pay them more, etc. So I don't know, like, why Elon Musk would even think that this is a known, right? Like, again, what's happening is that Asmongold is streaming on Twitch consistently, and then you have the editors that are just taking clips that they think are going to be popular, adding a thumbnail and a YouTube title, and they're posting that. And so it's really bizarre, very petty, because, like, again, all of this has started because Asmongold wasn't even like attacking Elon Musk. He was just saying like, hey, if you can prove that it's your account, I will just start streaming on Twitter. Like that's it. That's what he claimed. Like why is the man getting so upset over it? Is beyond me. But apparently he took away Asmongold's blue check mark. At least this is the allegation, because at this point Asmongold hasn't announced anything, right? So like I'm making the video, as you can see, a couple of hours after the event happened. So there would be the possibility that maybe Asmongold himself took down his checkmark as a protest to seeing his DMs being leaked. So for those of you who don't use Twitter, the checkmark is something that you get for paying Twitter a subscription fee. So like you gotta pay, I think it's like what, like $9 a month or something, right? So like maybe Asmongold has canceled the subscription fee and took down the checkmark as a protest. But apparently now he's getting it back. So like whatever is happening behind the scenes is absolutely hilarious. But like one of the biggest things that people are pointing out, and Elon even got community noted over this, is that sharing people's DMs without their permissions is actually against the Twitter's terms of service. And yeah, like this should actually take away Elon Musk's blue check mark. But again, it is insanely petty. I guess this is the consequences of a social media platform owned by one man. The PR coming out of this is going to be disastrous. Like, what exactly is he trying to say here? Is saying that anyone that goes against him, even with like the most mild and benign levels of criticisms, is going to get punished, and you're the king of the platform, so obviously you can get to do whatever you want. Like what should I get from this, right? Like, if you can do it to Asmongold, and the question is like, what can you do to me? In other words, you're telling streamers and content creators not to put their eggs on Twitter because it's a very difficult platform to do business with. You know, even YouTube and Twitch, they're censorious and they have like a lot of quirks, but at least they promise some level of stability. Like, you can look at the platform, how it's going, how the algorithm is acting, and you know, you kind of are able to plan your business around it. But on Elon Musk's Twitter, like, one day it's fine, the other day you lose monetization, because like that's what happens if you lose the blue check mark. And so again, assuming that Elon took it, but I haven't seen him deny it, it's in his interest now to come out and say what happened. If he is not responsible, he should say, well, maybe Elon, maybe Asmongold took down his own checkmark as a sign of protest or whatever. But I don't think that's likely. It is a possibility that has to be mentioned, but I don't think it's likely. And so, yeah, huge PR blunder all around. He should have just ignored this. I don't even know why he cares so much. I mean, again, the man is the CEO of Tesla, of Twitter, of SpaceX. Why does he care so much about his gaming valor? Like, he wants to show that he has gaming cred. Okay, in Diablo 4 and Path of Exile 2, like, who fucking cares? Why are you picking fights with internet celebrities over this shit? I don't even know what to say. Again, like, to me, this tells me a lot of Elon's personality, and I gotta say, if he acts like this in his private life, man, I don't want to work for the guy. Like seriously, I hate to see what it's like to be employed at one of Elon Musk's companies if he is this level of petty. Like, seriously, you think the H-1B visas are bad for the American workers? Have you considered how bad it is for the actual H-1B migrants that end up working for Elon Musk? Like, holy shit. Like, if this is able to trigger him, like something that's so small, an internet scandal that's barely a blip on the radar is going to trigger him so much and start leaking DMs. Ugh. I don't know what to say. And again, the main problem is that it's in violation of his own platform's TOS. There's no reason to do this. Asmongold was also a person that was promoting Elon Musk. Yeah, and you know, like this conversation is also from November 2024 because I was thinking like maybe they're having a conversation about recent events and maybe Elon actually wants to prove that he did play the game and he's going to provide Asmongold with footage or something like that. But no, like this seems to be a conversation from months ago that has nothing to do with the current drama, and also the interpretation that Elon Musk has over this conversation is bizarre. The only thing that would make it even more bizarre is if these aren't the DMs between Elon Musk and Asmongold himself, because what we see here is this like thumbnail with the yellow. I'm really curious if Elon Musk used to have this avatar. Like someone should check. Because imagine if this is like third party DMs. Imagine like if this is Asmongold talking with another person and then Asmongold getting a hold of those DMs. That would be a new controversy in and of itself. Anyway, right, this is just wild. Let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.